Hello and welcome back to my channel, Layton. My name is Nathalie and this is Professor Layton and the Lost Future, my favorite game in the entire series. I already recorded something and then I was a stupid idiot as per usual. I'm great at that. And I threw away my recording. Luckily it was only one episode, so we are just going to like that one. We don't see that first one. No, we don't. No. This is a work of fiction. Anything is just purely coincidental if it resembles real life people. It's the Big Ben, so that we know that we're in London. Otherwise you wouldn't have known. Look at that. I want to visit London so bad at some point. This is such a good story, just like the other one. Like most of the there has never been a Professor Layton game that I didn't like, or the story I didn't like.
It just doesn't seem to add up, Professor.
I honestly thought you were pulling my leg.
That's not what he was pulling.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Sorry. I'll behave. I'll be on my best behavior. Which is not saying much. Sorry. My mind is in the gutter. Let's focus.
Professor, I hope this letter finds you well. As for me, I am in quite a predicament. You see, the London we know and love has been thrown into absolute chaos.
I feel like I recognize this voice, but I don't know from where. Like, it's not from playing this game when I was young, because I played it in Dutch back then.
To complicate matters, the calamity I speak of does not take place in your time.
Le Choc.
This may be difficult to believe, but I am writing to you from 10 years in the future.
Nah, I'm down to roll with anything. Just keep going.
I know this is a lot to take in, but I'll explain it all soon.
Okay.
For now, I ask that you head to the clock shop on Midland Road in Baldwin. I look forward to seeing you again. Your student, Luke Triton.
Pom.
Strange as it sounds, it seems that the author of this letter is none other than your future self, Luke.
From my future self? But how is that even possible?
Well,
I don't
about
know,
that.
but it does raise the question, if this letter is indeed authentic, how did it get here?
By time-traveling postman? Just joking, of course.
Love your humor, Luke.
But seriously, I think this mystery might be the strangest we've ever encountered.
Why is that?
Indeed. And even in the future, you seem to need my help in solving it.
Even 10 years from now, you're still a sucker, Luke.
Your constancy can be quite a comfort in these uncertain times, my boy.
Why is it uncertain times?
Well, thank you, I think. But back to the letter. How do we know it's
Yeah,
real?
that was not a compliment, my boy.
Well, we haven't much to go on yet. But I can't help but think that this strange occurrence is connected to the terrible events of last week.
What happened last week? Professor Layton has received a mysterious letter. The sender claims to be Luke from 10 years in the future. But how can this be possible? Well, you're in London, so it's probably the Tardis? That's where I'm going to put my money on.
It all started about a week ago.
Using a six-dimension alpha distributor, I was able to guide a concentrated stream of Hammer-Near particles through a temporal vortex, more commonly known as a
Just say wormhole.
This stream of particles allowed me to divine the terminal points of the vortex. Armed with this information, the next step was to artificially distort the flow of time, generate a massive magnetic field via a solar coil. Once the magnetic field is firmly established, one has the ability, quite literally, punch holes or hive gaps into the very fabric of space-time. After this crucial step, is simply a matter of constructing an energy.
And nobody gave a single fuck.
Quite the spread we have here, Inspector.
Lovely eating sounds, great.
Though it does make me wonder what we did to deserve invitations to such a feast.
Everybody wonders that, Barton.
It's obvious, Barton. I'm an influential man in the world of law enforcement. It's only natural I'd be invited to an important event such as this.
I suppose that's possible.
Possible, you say?
Probable. Highly probable, sir.
Of course. Of course, it's so probable, like, yeah. I mean... Well, the food certainly isn't anything to write home about. Sorry you feel that way, sir. I think it's quite scrumptious myself. Bah, this oversalted chop and pile of wilted greens have nothing on Emily's cooking. If that's how you feel, sir, I'd be happy to relieve you of that, burden. Now see here, Barton. If you don't return my chop at once, I'll have you driving a desk next week. It would be worth it. This crackling is, cracking. Lovely, lovely, lovely. They don't seem to be in any hurry to get the show started. Come on, sir, it's not all bad. At least there's food to enjoy while we wait. Honestly, I'm knee-deep in casework. I haven't got the time for fancy baguettes. Sir, you should try this. It's absolutely lovely. Of course it is. Oh, this food...
It's a bit dreadful, Bill. Do get this over with quickly so we can leave.
Yes, dear.
Yes,
I
dear.
have to say, I feel a bit out of place here, Professor.
That's quite understandable, Luke.
Is it?
I'm sure most people would feel the same way in the presence of the Prime Minister.
Hey, look! I think I see Inspector Chelmy over there. So, Professor, what do you think about this whole event? Do you think that someone has really built a working time machine?
I'm not entirely sure. Still, if it proves to be true, can you imagine the stir it will cause in the scientific community?
Uh-huh.
Well, I think it's really exciting. Though you don't sound entirely convinced, Professor.
Anything's possible, Luke. But I won't be convinced until I've seen the contraption work for myself. And I must confess, something about this entire presentation seems a bit off.
Well, what about it, Doctor?
Why do you say that?
Professor, sorry.
Ah, of course. That must be your famous intuition talking, eh?
That's one way of putting it. But enough speculation. Look over there, Luke.
That guard? What about him?
He seems to be looking for a man who snuck into the event uninvited.
Ooh, so we have an intruder in our midst.
Let's talk to the guy. Oh, crumbs, I've really blown it this time. You look troubled, sir. Might we be of assistance? Assistance? Oh, yes, please. See, I've just received a report of some untoward behavior. About what? A party crasher? There's an uninvited guest at the presentation, but the guards received a few clues as to his whereabouts. His table is adjacent to one that has a red flower on it. His tablecloth is a different color to any adjacent tables. Oh, and his table doesn't have a yellow flower on it. Adjacent tables are connected by dotted lines. Take the guard to the correct table. Okay, so, easiest one. It doesn't have a yellow flower. So it's not those. The one that has a red flower on it. Adjacent to a red flower. So it's not you. And the other ones are red yet. It's all red, red, red. His tablecloth is a different color to any adjacent table. So it's not those. It's not you. Adjacent to one with a red. I solved this one the last time really quickly, but now... Oh wait, you are of course not it either. So it's you. Oh, sorry, I have to drag him. There we go.
This one's as good as solved.
And it is solved, because I'm not the idiot that I always claim to be. Good work, you found the party crasher. It's time to let the guard do what he does best. Splendid work, my boy. Thank you. Yeah, we know about picarettes. Thank you. Phew, thanks so much for your help. There will be no more scrounging on my watch. Did you see that, Professor? I just assisted in the apprehension of a suspect. Oh, looks like the presentation is about to begin. Let's get back to our seats. I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, what is it?
thank you for taking part in an event that will undoubtedly go down in scientific history. And here to demonstrate mankind's first time machine is its creator, Dr. Alan Stangan.
Oh!
Thank you, my esteemed colleagues. After years of research in the field of time travel, I'm pleased to share the fruits of my labor. In just a few short moments, I will be moving on to our scheduled demonstration. But first, I'm delighted to announce that Prime Minister Bill Hawks is in attendance today. As such, I have reserved a very special seat for our very special guest. Please, join me on stage, Prime Minister. No need to be shy.
He is so excited to be there. Look at his face.
Is this thing real?
No, this is all a way to really, you know, fuck his career up. That's what scientists do on purpose.
What do you mean?
I mean, is this contraption a genuine working time machine?
Why don't you have a seat? See for yourself.
Before we start, would you honor us with a few words, Prime Minister?
Woo! Woohoo!
Good afternoon, everyone. Today is a monumental day, not only for our great nation, but for the entire human race.
You're starting to sound American.
Since the beginning of time, we humans have strived to transcend our natural limits. We have conquered the skies and the seas, and we have even traveled to outer space.
I mean, conquered the seas. Do you know how much of the seas is still unexplored? It's about 80%, I think, from the top of my head. Like, dude.
But the one frontier that has always eluded us is time.
Maybe because we're always chasing it.
Indeed, traveling through time is a dream many thought was out of reach for humanity. Until...
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you will join me in ushering in a new era for mankind.
Thank you for those words, Prime Minister. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Please take it away, Dr. Stangan.
I have just one more request before we start.
Oh, sure.
I'd very much appreciate the Prime Minister's assistance in this demonstration. What do you say, Mr. Hawks?
What do you want him to do?
What?
I assure you, there's no cause for concern.
It's just never been tested on human beings, and, you know, it's not at all some kind of way to get you kidnapped or killed. I mean, it's a totally legit time machine. Nothing can go wrong. It has not been tested, but, I mean, that's neither here nor there.
But I was under the impression that I would merely be observing the proceedings.
No.
Ah, well, do forgive my presumption. It was never my wish to make you uncomfortable. I realize it's been some time since you traded in the hard sciences for the softer variety.
Oh, you know how to make a man like that give in.
Please, feel free to return to your seat, Prime Minister.
Wait. What I mean to say is, of course I can assist you.
Bill, have you lost your mind?
I think he doesn't have one. There is not much room behind that head.
Ah, that's the courage we've come to expect from our fearless leader. You have my thanks. And now,
Shady.
without further ado, I give you my time machine. Mr. Hawks, would you mind just stepping inside?
I would mind, yeah. First give me proof that it is safe and then we can go in. Well, at least there's stairs. Oh, he is so excited. Buddy, hold it all in. Goodbye, good sir. It's a small step for humanity and a big step for an idiot. There goes the idiot. Everyone is trembling on their seats, shivering in their knickers. What will happen?
Oh?
Oh no, this is unexpected. Who could have seen this coming? Well, that's one way to get rid of the Prime Minister, I guess. Unfazed bloke number 2.
Something's gone very wrong.
No, really? I thought that was part of the plan.
Where is he? Someone find Bill!
Which part of Bill?
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm and refrain from panicking.
This is chaos! The Prime Minister and Dr. Stangun have vanished!
Or they're dead. Time machine presentation goes Ari. Well, I guess pieces.
So, you think that what happened last week is somehow connected to this letter? Wait! Maybe if the time machine was real, this letter is real too!
I don't know about that, but these two elements aren't the only puzzling issues. Tell me, Luke, have you heard about the recent disappearances occurring here in London?
No, I have not. Scientists?
Oh yes, I read about it in the paper. Some of London's greatest scientists have been mysteriously vanishing.
Yes, and I can't shake the feeling that those disappearances are linked to this whole affair. In any case, it seems our best course of action is to head to the location mentioned in the letter.
Good idea.
Prime Minister Bill Hawks mysteriously disappeared in the accident at the time machine presentation. What could possibly have happened to him? Well, apparently he wasn't blown to bits. That's a win for his wife.
Following the clue in the letter, the Professor and I set off. What awaited us was one of the biggest mysteries we'd ever encountered.
Professor Layton and the Lost Future. I am so excited to show you this game. To my dear friend Nathalie.
Somehow, a single letter had made its way back through time. And the sender, strange as it sounds, was me. The future me, that is. Little did we know that this letter would draw us into the strangest of situations.
Yes, we would like to save a progress. Prologue, the clock shop on Midland Road. But what did we just play through then? Well, here we are. The clock shop that the letter mentioned should be around here somewhere. But where? This seems an ideal time to consult the map that accompanied the letter. Here, look. See if you can find the shop's location by yourself. Say no more, Professor. Below is the map to the clock shop that accompanied the letter from Luke. Luke's future self. Starting from the yellow arrow, can you find the clock shop using the time listed on the map? Circle the letter of the correct building and touch submit. Okay, so we're going to... I already solved this the first time I did this. It's an analog clock. So we just go straight ahead. Then we go to 3 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and down to 6, so it was H. There we go. I mean, that kind of helps that I didn't record this like that long ago. Good timing, the answer is H. The time indicates which direction to go at each junction and are written in order. At each junction you need to check the listed time and proceed in the direction a clock's hour hand would point. Great, getting to that clock shop should be a doddle now. Let's go, Professor. Yes, we know how to move. I don't need to hear that again. That's right, so just remember, whenever you want to move, start by touching the shoe. We've played so many games. Well, hello there, you strapping young things. I can tell from the looks on your faces that you're just dying to hear something useful. Alright, here's my pearl of wisdom. Go and touch that car parked over there. This one? Ooh. Destroying is fine. Oh no, it just fell apart. Never mind that. Did you see the coin that just popped out? That's a hint coin and it's yours to keep. If you ever find yourself stuck on a puzzle, you can spend one of those lovely coins to get a hint. Just remember that there's a limit to the number of hint coins you can find. If you use them willy-nilly, you may find yourself in a pickle later. Hint coins are tucked away all over the place, so touch anything that looks fishy. You might find a coin. Well, that's the end of my speech. Good luck with whatever it is you're doing around here. Ta-ta! Gotta love British people. There we go. And then we go on here. Say, Professor, how are we going to keep track of our progress? Yes. Oh, yeah, we know that too. Big touch, duck. Save button in the trunk. Got it, Professor. That's good to hear, Luke. I imagine we'll be making good use of the trunk during our investigation. We got another hint coin. Forgot one. I'm so sorry, but we got it now. There are mostly 3 hint coins in every part. It's a corner shop, but it seems no one's in at the moment. Coins galore. You're looking for a clock shop, you say? I can't say I know of one around here. Alright, well thanks anyway. You have peculiar things sticking out of your forehead. Oh, wait a minute. On second thoughts, I think I passed the clock shop just the other day. Terrific! Do you remember where it was? That I'm not sure of. I have trouble remembering stuff when I have other things on my mind. Help me with this puzzle that's been bothering me and I might be able to remember where I saw that shop. You're in luck, sir. I happen to be a bit of a whiz when it comes to puzzles. Bus scheduling. Oh no, yeah, well, we're totally going to solve this ourselves because I'm not an idiot. Look at me solving that, it's amazing. So amazing, like, I didn't get stuck here last time. That's right, taking the midnight bus to work and catching the first bus back in the morning will take the least amount of time overall. I'm mostly playing these games for the story anyway. Hey, nice going, kiddo. Thanks, so about that clock shop. Right, the clock shop. It's somewhere on this road, I think. Well, got a dash. See you later. Wait! Oh, he ran off. Hahaha. Something tells me he was more interested in getting us to solve his puzzle than in helping us. Not to worry though, I'm sure we'll be able to find the clock shop on our own. Oh, it's probably just a bit further down this road. It's Starsenbach's or something. Starsen. Hehehe, don't think I've seen you two whippersnappers before. Are you sure about that? I've got a feeling we've met somewhere, like in the past 2 games. Hehehe! Oh no, you must be thinking of someone else. But anywho, I've got some juicy information that you two might want to hear. If you're going to tell us about hint coins, then I should stop you now. A kind lady by the bus stop already gave us a comprehensive explanation. What? But explaining hint coins is just about the only time we ever get a chat. How could you let someone else give my speech? You mean you've given us that talk before? So we have already met. I'm suddenly not feeling too chipper. I'd better head home. I'll be seeing you around. I love Mr. Stassebassen. Or whatever his name was. Oh, we got 1 hint coin. That's another. Oh, puzzle. Where do you suppose these stairs go to, Professor? I'd say they probably lead up to that row of charming Victorian houses. Say, Luke, all this talk of stairs has reminded me of a puzzle. Care to hear it? Would I ever? Moving day. Oh, this one. Yeah. 2 men are moving boxes from the ground floor to the top floor. The larger man can carry 2 boxes at a time and takes 1 minute to get to the top floor. The smaller man can only carry 1 box at a time, but takes just 30 seconds to reach the top floor. Both men take the same amount of time to return to the ground floor as they do to reach the top floor. The boxes are too bulky to pass from one man to the other on the way up. If there were 7 boxes in total, how many minutes would it take the man to get all the boxes to the top floor? Okay, so in 1 minute, right? It takes 1 minute to get to the top floor, but he gets to take 2 boxes. So in 1 minute, we're going to have 3 boxes up, but then he is downstairs again and he is still up. So around 2 minutes, he is finally downstairs again. But then this guy is downstairs too and has brought another box up. And then in the 3rd minute, he has gone back up again and he is there too. So it takes 3 minutes to do this in total. Oh, because of course they can move side by side if the staircase is big enough. Correct, it would take 3 minutes to get all the boxes to the top floor. This puzzle gets a lot easier if you make some notes. It does. Exemplary thinking, Luke. Now let's get back on track. Let's. That looks like a dead end, Professor. Well then, let's go the other way. I think the dead might be it, actually. You know that thing over there? But of course, we don't just get in just like that. This must be the place, Professor. Yes, finally. Let's go inside. Huh? What seems to be the matter, Luke? The door's locked. How are we supposed to get in? Let me have a look. Oh, it seems it's time for a puzzle. We have to solve this one to open the door. What we always do. I remember this one from the last time. You've arrived at the clock shop, but there doesn't seem to be any way of opening the door. You notice the strange design below displayed on the door, and a voice calls out from inside the shop. Touch the panel with the timepiece on it. Which panels should you touch? Remember, you only need to touch one. Well, this is the... what do you call it in English again? It's the...
Here's my answer.
It's a zandloper in Dutch.
Yay! That's a relief.
What was it called again? Oh yeah, an hourglass. Stupid me. Exactly, an hourglass can clearly be seen on one of the panels. Hey, look, the door's opening. It really helps that we did have already recorded this previously. That did the trick. Let's take a look inside. So many clocks. This is a dream come true. I want this in my house at some point. Just cuckoo clocks everywhere. Hello, weird lady. How are you doing? Great, we are doing good too. Great conversation.
Look over there!
What's this?
It's shady as fuck is what it is. It's a time machine. Oh gracious, customers! We haven't had any of those in ages. Welcome. Good day to you, madam. You'll have to excuse us, we're not here to buy anything, I'm afraid. I received a letter the other day, you see, instructing me to come here. Tee-hee-hoo! A letter, you say? Let me have a look at it, dearie. Yes, there's no mistake here. Whoever sent you this letter wanted you to visit our little shop. So you don't know who sent it to me? Unfortunately, I can't say that I do. But I do know who you are, Professor Layton. Oh, really? And how do you know the professor? Tee-hee-hoo! Well, it's hard not to know a man who's in the paper so often. And I do so love my morning paper. I read it front to back every day. So of course I know about the professor. Hey, did you hear that, Professor? Further proof that you're famous throughout London. Even all the way out here. Hey now, what do you mean all the way out here? Just because we don't fancy living in sardine-tin flats doesn't mean we're not central. Still, it is quite a shock to see the famous Professor Layton in the flesh. Such a shock, in fact, that I'm going to need some proof that you're not one of those lookalikes. I'm happy to prove it. It's so dark in the shop that I'm having trouble seeing these tiny needles and wispy threads. Can you help me out of this jam, dearie? There are 2 threads A and B. How many needles' eyes does thread A pass through? Okay, let's follow you. Through you. Through you. You. Oh, maybe I should count. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it's 10. If I don't remember if that was correct.
I've got a good feeling about this one.
Yay, we did it! We can do this! Woo! Sharp eyes, thread A goes through 10 needles. Counting needles certainly is hard work. It's not really. Well, I must say that I'm thoroughly convinced. You certainly do live up to your reputation. Of course he does. Yes, well, about that letter. I can't say I've seen it before, but my husband might know something. He's out at the moment, but he should be back soon. Why not look around the shop while you wait? Yeah, no, sure, I can do that. This is the thing from the time machine, right? That's the exact same thing. Whoa, can you believe this clock? It certainly is impressive. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear to work, but they don't recognize it. Then it's a good job there are so many other ways of telling the time here. Oh, you've just reminded me of a splendid puzzle, Luke. And at this time, like the event already happened, so they should have recognized it, right? When this wall clock fell to the floor, all the numbers were knocked off and the clock stopped. Even without the numbers though, you can tell at the time at which the clock stopped. What time in hours and minutes is the clock displaying? Don't worry about AM and PM. Well, if you don't have to worry about that, then it's probably... Well, it's not going to be 12 because it's down, so it's going to be... 6. And maybe I have to put it down differently. It's going to be 6 o'clock. In the AM or in the PM doesn't really matter, apparently.
I knew it.
That's right, it's easy once you notice that the hour hand is pointing straight at one of the clock's gradients. You know, I've never seen a clock this big up close. It's a real shame that it's not in working order. Yeah, it is a shame. Let's look through the front of the shop. Of a little shop. We do like little shops here. Cute little shops. I've never seen so many clocks in one place. Yes, and they're all extremely well made. Whoever built them must be very talented. Really? How can you tell that just by looking at them? Ho ho, one gets an eye for these things with age, my boy. You know, this might be the ideal time for this clock puzzle of mine. Care to try it? You bet I would, Professor. The old clock. Here is a numberless clock face that some pranksters rotated an unknown amount. The clock is still running normally though, and each colored circle in its face represents an hour. You can still tell what time it is without the numbers. Write down the exact hour. It doesn't matter whether it's AM or PM, but your answer should be in the form of ? O'clock. You would think that I knew this still. And okay, what can we see? Okay, the things over here are overlapping. So let's guess that it's 12. Because we don't have it could have been 6:30, but then we would have had more space. Needed more space. You clocked it? Yes, the answer is 12 o'clock. The only time the two ends would point towards the same hour on a clock like this is at 12 o'clock, though it's impossible to tell if it's noon or midnight. Spot on, Luke. Good work. We did it! Boo-boo! Oh, hi. Oh, I think I just heard the door. Someone's here. That will be my husband. Wait till you see the little gem I picked up today, love. Oh, my customers. Welcome back, dear. This here's Professor Layton. He tells me he has some business in our shop. Layton? You are Professor Layton? My apologies. I wasn't expecting you so soon. No apology necessary, my good man. Oh, and allow me to introduce my apprentice. I'm the professor's apprentice. Luke. Pleased to meet you, sir. Luke, you say? What I mean to say is, those are some fine manners, lad. It's nice to meet you too. The name's Cog. You seemed a bit flustered by our arrival, Cog. We certainly don't mean to oppose. Oh, no. It's no trouble at all. It's just that I had instructions to show you our biggest clock in action upon your arrival. It certainly is a beauty. Pity it's not in working order. Yes, I'd planned to give her a tune-up before you stopped by, so you could see her in all her glory. But I'm getting on a bit these days, and I have trouble keeping the old girl in good repair. I can't remember where to insert this last gear, and the clock won't work without it. Oh, I see. That does indeed sound problematic. Maybe you can help. The papers say you're a learned man. Can you work out where this gear goes? Me? Well, I'd like to help, but I'm no expert in mechanics. Well, at least give it a try. Don't you want to see our biggest clock in its full working glory? I certainly do. Very well, I'll give it a shot. Shady. But I do remember where this is supposed... Do I remember where this is supposed to... I thought it was B.
I've got a good feeling about
I mean, we
this
don't
one.
have to redo everything.
Few things satisfy like a
There we go.
puzzle solved.
Excellent. The answer is B. If there's an odd number of yeah, I drew it out the last time. That did the trick. Just wait here and I'll go and start her up. Here it goes. There they go again.
Are you all right, Luke?
Yes, that was quite a shake.
Huh?
There goes nothing on behind those eyes.
What is going on here?
And just where in the world are we?
I think you're still in London. Yes, we would like to save our progress. Where this oh, we're still in the back room. Chapter 1. Is this the future? Hey, the door just slammed shut behind us and now it's locked. That's not very polite. We do appear to have been locked out. And why does everything look so different out here? I honestly don't know, Luke. Since we're unable to go back into the clock shop, however, why don't we have a look around? Warped London. When Professor Layton and Luke emerged from the clock shop, the streets of London suddenly looked quite different. What could have happened? Well, we are going to find out in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you then. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.